Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Freedom Team Apex Marketing Group, of course, YouTube channel. All right, real quick, today, this is part 2. So hopefully you have, where that button is? Y'all know I forget all the time. Make sure, don't forget to subscribe. That button is either up, down, to the left or the right. Y'all know I forget, right? But make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and make sure you hit the bell, ding, and make sure, of course, you get announced anytime we have a new videos coming out. Today, we're doing part 2 about documentation, what's needed for you to get investment in real estate property, okay? And so what we're going to do, we're going to talk about just review some of the old stuff that you can review on the channel, so I ain't going to spend a lot of time on it, but give you just some of the new things so you can understand. And remember, as I talk about documentation, beats conversation. I repeat, documentation beats conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, this is nothing about documentation, black and white, but if I can make it simple, organization. If you just get a little bit organized, the world can be yours. If you can have your goals written down and be organized, you can have your documentation, it can happen. So, before I get started, let me make for sure, of course, introduce myself for the people that, of course, that do not know who I am. My name is Fahim Muhammad, the Freedom Coach. I am a chartered senior financial planner. I'm a licensed mortgage broker, licensed real estate broker, licensed insurance investment broker. Also, I'm a mentor, coach, and trainer, business owner of the Freedom Team Apex Marketing Group, and also the author of the highly clean book, Making It Happen from Zero to Hero, How to Build Wealth with Money and Real Estate Investments. But also, I want to make the announcement, you'll probably be one of the first to know. Of course, the first people, of course, get an opportunity to get it, are going to get a discount. Got a new book coming out now. You can pre-order, Making It Happen, Zero to Hero, Freedom is not for sale. Oh, yeah. So we're going to talk about additional documentation for you to get investment property. So let's get started. All right, so what I want to share with you is right here. Let's do a quick review. Quick review is we talk about the 2, 2, 2, and 2. All right, not going to spend a lot of time on it because we got another video in the channel that we talk about it. But this, of course, is the last 2-year tax returns. You're talking about the last 2-year W-2s, the last 2 months bank statements, and the last 2 check stubs. Okay, that's the basic stuff that you want to do. Now, when it comes to getting investment property, or better yet, if say you already have investment property, they need, what we need to have, of course, they want to have the profit. Oh, that market is so terrible. That do not count, y'all. They want to have the profit, there we go, the profit and loss statement, okay, for them to be able to figure out how much of the income they can use from your investment property. Ladies and gentlemen, let me make it real simple. Long as that you're not negative with your cash flow on it, a good rule of thumb that they're looking for is 75%. They're going to give you about 75% credit of the income because other amount goes to the expenses. So this is probably a good idea for you to have. Or you're going to be able to use on the new property that you're getting, you're going to be able to use those receipts. You're going to be able to use those payments to have, and you're going to get credit to buy it. So say you didn't already own it. Say you're going to get it. Then therefore, the current owner have to provide to you the profit and loss statement, and you get the 75% credit even though you don't own it because you're getting ready to buy it. So that income now becomes your income. Those security deposits now become yours. And depending on what state you're in, also you get amount of tax credit as well. So a lot of times you can have monies, quote, that you was coming to the table with that you don't have to spend because you're going to have tax credits and you're going to have other credits that you're going to get, such as security deposits and other monies that's coming back to you. In addition to you're going to get the 75%. You still need to turn in your regular documentation if you, quote, have a traditional job. If you don't have no job at all, then you're going to have to turn in your tax returns for 3 years, okay? Tax returns for 3 years with that, okay? You want to do that. Also, one of the things I want to share with you too, some additional things that can qualify even for an investor, and it can qualify for a new home buyer as well. And number one, if you happen to be a foster parent, if you're a foster parent and you are taking care of foster children, which is a big deal. A long time ago, I used to do that for the state, so I know all about that. That's a big deal where you're able to help and change people's lives. That you need to, again, show that you're going to have the children, or you're going to be paying, like in different states, a different number. In Illinois, it's called a 906, which represents the payment from the state that you're going to be receiving for the child. But you're going to need at least 3 years as well if you are a foster parent. Also, the same thing, if you are receiving, I forgot what they call it for child support. Chism. Chism is what they call it. Yeah, so if you're getting some chism, okay? So if you, it doesn't matter if you're a mother or a father, if you get some chism, if you get some child support, if you can show that the child support you're going to be receiving also as well for about 3 years or more, every now and then too, but normally they want you to have 3 years or more, then you're going to be able to use that as well. That is called a big deal. All right, the next thing that I want to share with you, people have questions where I want to get into it, and I have somebody that I don't have all the money that they want to, quote, give me the money. Okay, I want to give you the breakdown on that before we close out. What happened is, depending on the program, depending on the lender, you can get a gift. If they allow you to get a gift, they normally want one or two things to happen, okay? One, they want to make for sure that the letter is drafted, a documentation drafted up, that is not a loan, that is actually a gift. The person giving it to you have to also provide documentation where they are getting the money from. You know, we got all these anti-money and laundering things, and they want to make sure everything is all above board, everything is all kosher, and is doing it the way it's supposed to be done. So that's a big deal. So that's why I tell you, don't forget, where that subscribe button? God, I be forgetting all the time. It's either up, down, to the left or the right. It's somewhere. Y'all know it. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you give me a like. Hit the ding, make sure you hit the bell so you can make sure you get some of the additional lessons. So I want to make for sure that we share that with you as well. Now, the next thing that's huge too, when you are looking to buy, it doesn't matter if it's a single family home, doesn't matter if it's a multi-unit, doesn't matter if it's a commercial, a lot of banks, lenders, underwriters, also they do some what is called, it's a fancy financial word that they call seasoning, which basically just means a period of time. So if you are collecting or getting money, they want to show that it has been seasoned anywhere between 2 to 3 months, okay? That you have the money for 2 or 3 months in your account, which, how are they going to prove that? They're going to get your bank accounts. So if you have large amounts coming in your account, you got to prove where you got the money from. So ladies and gentlemen, we always tell people, be a professional. Hire a professional like me so you get professional results. So you want to make for sure that you get these things taken care of correctly. So this is huge right here. So you get all your basic financial documentation in order. Obviously, if it's a property that's more than a single family, got people renting, you're going to need to have the profit and loss statement. Also, I probably forgot to mention, you're going to need to have the leases, because the leases is going to obviously show the income as well. And you're going to have, obviously, you can get on the average about 75% credit. You're going to need, if you're self-employed, this is a business owner, or if you are what's called a solopreneur. If you're a solopreneur, self-employed, you're going to need a 3-year tax returns, and they're going to put them together to average out the particular income, and they're going to do that same way, calculate your debt-to-income ratio. And then, obviously, like I say, you're looking at 3 years that you want, 2 to 3 months you want to make sure you have for the season. So ladies and gentlemen, this is huge right here. So I just want to share this with you. This is right here is like part 2. I'm telling you, this thing is easy. You just have to, number one, be a professional, hire a professional, get professional results, make for sure that documentation beats conversation. If it's not in black and white, it didn't happen. And remember, organization. You just got to have a plan. So this right here is some documentation needed for you get based in investment property. And then once you get pre-qualified, let me close out real quick with the I always like to give y'all bonus, right? You know, always like to teach y'all, give y'all more than what y'all need. So this is a key thing. Make sure you got your pen and paper. So I don't forget again, make sure you hit that subscribe button up, down, to the left or the right. Give me a like or a bell. Give me any comment if you want any different information. We got website and links up below. But it is a difference between being pre-qualified and pre-approved. You want to do both. Pre-qualification is pretty much taking some basic preliminary information and based off of that, letting you know how much you can pre-qualify based on some calculations and a little credit score. Pre-approved, now that you have moved beyond that, once you give your social security number and you find a property, then now we move into the pre-approval and you turn the information in so you know exactly what you need to do. And long as that all the numbers back up, whatever you got pre-approved for, then you should qualify for it. So you want to start off with your pre-qualification letter, but quickly move to your pre-approval letter. And ladies and gentlemen, this thing is simple as ABC 1, 2, 3. Again, as I say all the time, make for sure that you get the book, Making It Happen, Zero to Hero, Freedom. It's not for sale, and you're going to gain all kind of insight about personal development and financial development. So as I say, good things come to those who wait, but only what's left over from those who hustle. Again, my name is Fahim Muhammad, the Freedom Coach. Free yourself, and your dreams will follow. Y'all have a good one.